Do you think when all is said and done, 5 years, 10 years from now, the Jets will be the winners of the 2018 draft?
It's tough to say because then that's dismissive to the other teams in the draft. I really can't answer that question without knocking another team. I will say just individually, this organization alone, yes, I feel like they are going to be winners. They picked the right person, the right man for the job. He's in a perfect situation. Standing behind Josh McCown, you're going to learn how to take care of the ball. And what I do love about Josh McCown is you're going to learn to be aggressive, too, in this league. One thing we do know about Uncle Josh is that he's not afraid to sling it. And sometimes these rookies come in one or two ways. They'll either come in throwing the ball all over the place, like Sean Kaiser last year, and you say, listen, you got to take care of the rock, Rook. Or they'll come in the league in control, having discernment and being able to deliver the ball in the right way, like Deshaun Watson last year. So for me, it's him learning behind the right guy, and then years down the line, like you said, 5, 10 years, yeah, he'll still be a Jets franchise quarterback, and they will be winners.
I appreciate the diplomatic answer. You didn't really answer what she's saying, and what I'm going to do
Oh.
How can I say the winners over other teams?
let me get into why I
Go ahead,
think. Here it is. 2011 NFL draft. You could say that the Houston Texans won the draft. They got
Okay.
J.J. Watt. You could also say the Carolina Panthers won the draft. They got Cam Newton. You could also say the Denver Broncos won the draft. They got Von Miller.
Right.
But I think when you talk actual position, there is a pecking order of like, okay, who got the best one 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line? And I look at that draft class, and it was Cam Newton, Blaine Gabbert, Andy Dalton, Kaepernick, Christian Ponder, and Cam Newton was the guy, right? Is Sam Darnold going to be the guy out of that quarterback?
That's a different question. Okay, that's a different question.
Can you answer that? Nobody can answer that
No,
right now.
which is why it's a fascinating thing to put in a time capsule and revisit.
And you'll dig it up in the offseason 5 years from now.
To me, the biggest question is, did the Browns miss on the guy? Like,
That's a good question.
The Jets are happy. They're confident. All these guys are happy. To me, did the Browns miss on Sam Darnold is the question that we're going to be asking for the next 10, 15, 20 years. The owner of the Jets, Christopher Johnson, came out and said, this is an inflection point in our team. 20 years from now, we're going to say that's when things change.
Yeah.
That's how much they love. The Browns took a pick in Baker Mayfield that a lot of people around the league, I'm talking people at different teams, told me it's Mayfield and then Darnold, and that was how their board was looked. The media, a lot of other people have talked to Darnold, said, hey, Darnold's the guy. Is it going to be Mayfield or Darnold right now? I think long-term, 20 years down the line, and Browns fans might come at me. I'm not questioning John Dorsey. I think I would put my lot on Darnold. I would. I think I would put my lot on Darnold, and I could be very wrong.
He was the safest option coming into this draft. I just look at what the Jets are doing. I don't know if in 5 years or 10 years it's going to depend on what Sam Darnold can do. The division will be wide open. Tom Brady cannot play another 10 years, so it'll be an interesting changing of the guard in the AFC East. Somebody's going to have to come up and grab.
Yeah.
But I look at where they are at the quarterback spot, and we talked about how the Eagles have this embarrassment of riches, this champagne problems. The Jets, they don't have an MVP, Super Bowl winner, but they have a similar situation where they're now dealing and juggling with 3 guys who are looking good. They have Josh McCown. You have a veteran who can play the game, not only teach everybody, not only through osmosis, spread what he knows about this game to the younger quarterbacks, but they have Sam Darnold, who we're hearing nothing but glowing reports out of camp about him getting better, progressing day to day. He might pick it up, and that would be a simple baton toss. But then you throw in Teddy Bridgewater, who he could earn up to $10 million. I think he's owed half of that, less than that, guaranteed, for 1 year, and they took a risk on him. They said, this is our insurance policy before we even know we can get Darnold, before we even know we can trade up. They're in a really good spot because he's a perfect tradable piece. He's going to, if he's really out there performing as well as we've heard Teddy Bridgewater is, and he's healthy, backups are a premium in this league. The Jets, 100%. To me, ran a perfect offseason and draft when it comes to the quarterback position, which is the most important position in football. Yeah. They have Teddy Bridgewater, a viable, Miami could need a quarterback. Cam Newton needs a backup. Yeah. Russell Wilson needs a backup. Yeah. Backups are a premium, and even some guys are going to need a starter. Injuries do happen. Situations happen in the league. They have 3 quarterbacks that could start week 1.
3 really good ones.
So as far as that, like for my nearsighted view of it, and what they did throughout this process, trading up, getting their guy, having Darnold slip to them at 3 as the safest option among all the quarterbacks, it's pretty awesome.
Who gets on the field first, Darnold or Mayfield? It's a good one.
Rosen.
Allen.
That's why this draft is amazing, because that could be very true. It could be one of those two, and neither one of them.
Bridgewater goes up.